Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy NightWolf and welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're checking out JCS Criminal Psychology's video. You all love these videos. These criminal psychology videos are some of the most viewed things on my reaction channel. So, hey, you all want some? So let's watch them. Today we're watching the case of Michael Drejka? Drejka. Surely, Drejka. Anyways, let's jump in. Let's not waste some more time. Pretty long video, so let's go.
The definition of justifiable homicide is a killing without evil or criminal intent. It's a type of defense used in criminal law, where the homicide of another is excused by reason of the offending party being under imminent threat of death or serious bodily injury. A homicide in this instance is considered blameless, yet the ability to prove or refute this defense will often boil down to some of the most precise technicalities that would most often be considered insignificant under different circumstances. At around 3:30 p.m. on July 19th, 2018, 29-year-old Brittany Jacobs drove to the Circle A food store located in Clearwater, Florida. In the passenger seat was her 28-year-old boyfriend, Marquise McLaughlin, while in the back seat were their 3 children who were all under the age of 6 at the time. When they got to the store, Brittany parked the vehicle in the store's only handicapped parking space located on the side of the building. Marquise then got out and went into the store with their 5-year-old son to buy drinks and snacks. Roughly 90 seconds later, while Brittany was still inside the vehicle, 47-year-old Michael Drejka pulled up in his Toyota and illegally parked alongside her. He got out of his truck and started circling the young mother's car, looking for a disabled parking placard. An altercation ensued after 20 seconds, with witnesses inside the store reporting they heard a loud and aggressive argument between a male and a female. Marquise exited the store 70...
So she parked in a handicap parking space without a handicap, like, tag? Why the hell would you do that?
5 seconds after the start of the confrontation, approached Drejka and forcibly pushed him to the ground. Exactly 2.5 seconds after that, while still on the ground, Drejka pulled out a .40 caliber Glock pistol and fired a single round at Marquise, who then ran back into the store and collapsed in front of his son. Paramedics arrived within 19 minutes and rushed him to the Morton Plant Hospital. He was pronounced dead at 4:04 p.m. CCTV footage captured the entire incident.
Wait, but isn't he parking like in the wrong space as well? Because this isn't a parking space, is it? Oh, he's kind of... Oh, wait. I think I might understand what's happening here. Oh, man. Oh, can I show this on... Can I show this? I don't think I can show... Oh, whoa, this is TOS.
Drejka reportedly put the gun in his SUV as he waited for law enforcement to arrive. He cooperated with deputies at the scene as he was placed in handcuffs, and then transported to the North District Station for further questioning by detectives.
Oh, no.
Are they yours?
No, they're Eric's. He's been cooperative with me, though.
See?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's take them off. Hey, we're going to take them off. You're going to be cool?
Gosh,
yeah. Okay. I don't know you. I don't know nothing about what's going on.
I know. You have my absolute word, sir.
Okay.
Detective?
Yes.
You have my word, detective.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is he handicapped? Because if that's the case, then I understand why he's tripping. I mean, period, right? She was in the wrong. Regardless, she was in the wrong. Like, you don't park in a handicapped space when you're not handicapped. Like that's just wrong.
Thank you. Welcome. Anything else right now? Alright, the same type. We'll do this as quick as we can, okay? Yes, sir. See, you're holding your arm. Is it hurt or something?
Yeah, it's starting. Everything's starting to get sore. Where it hit me from behind and where I landed. That's all. Everything's.
Is anything broken?
No.
Torn?
No.
Okay. All right.
Scraped up.
Okay.
Got him waiting 20 something minutes in 30 minutes. Whoa, dog. 40 minutes. Oh hell nah. With no phone, nothing.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? I'm Detective Upton.
Left hand.
Left hand. Okay. Sorry to have to meet you under these stressful circumstances a little bit.
Myself as well.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not the.
I once got chased off a handicap space for having the wrong type of sticker. Wait, you once got chased off? Even if the husband was just... No, yeah, exactly. Even... Regardless, she can't park there. Right? Because... Even if the husband was just to get something quick out of the store, I don't think it matters. Because that parking is reserved specifically for handicapped. And for handicapped individuals, so...
This is Detective Shields, I'm sorry.
Nice to meet you, sir.
I'm not the case agent in this.
I don't think it matters what's the reason for her being there.
The case agent and the assistant case agent, if that makes any sense to you, are going to come speak to you in just a few moments, okay? Of course, before any of us speak to you and try to go into any kind of details about anything or anything like that, I'd like to read you your rights. Are you familiar with your Miranda rights? Okay. Okay. The reason we wanted to do that first, of course, we don't want to talk to you about anything. And again, the case agents are going to come in here in just a few moments. It's my understanding that your vehicle was still.
It's not a problem.
It's at the store.
Right by my house, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, what the hell was that about? That's weird. So they just wanted you to move? Like, they just wanted you to leave because you had the wrong type of sticker? Isn't it the same thing? Regardless? Like,
Okay.
That's fine.
Regardless of the type of sticker?
We have it all cordoned off. It's safe and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that parking lot, really.
Okay.
I never have. That's my store. I go in there every day.
You guys just live right around the corner?
Right around the corner.
Okay. Would you be willing to give us consent to go inside your vehicle and just for documentation purposes and that kind of thing?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Okay, sorry for pausing so much, but again, Island Baby, it's kind of iffy, right? Because he stepped up to his wife the wrong way, 100%. I agree, right? But for the guy to come out and just see the situation and not try to diffuse it, right? But instead add more fire to it is wrong as well. Everybody's in the wrong. Exactly. Everyone in the situation was wrong in some aspect. 100%. Yes, move our car because it wasn't a government issue sticker. Man, what the fuck, bro? Man. People, I swear, people...
Okay? It's going to be two other guys.
I don't give
not quite
a
as
shit,
handsome as
man.
me, but they'll be in here in just a minute.
Look at this. Look, this. Oh my God, bro. He's been in here for a minute.
Hey, my name's George Moffett. This
How you
is
doing?
Richie Raymond.
Gentlemen.
You've been sitting here for a while. You need to use the restroom or anything?
Yes, please.
Okay. You got enough water and everything?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
He has a broken arm. I think he sprained it when he
Just
fell.
to reiterate, man, my name's George Moffett. All right, we're just here at the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office North District Station. Today's date's July 19th, 2018. We just want to talk to you, reference today's shooting. Just go through your kind of day, like right before you get to the store.
Oh, just coming back, going home, stopping at the store first, and right around the corner to home.
Where do you live at, sir?
1116 Charles Street, Clearwater.
Are you employed, sir?
No, sir, retired.
Okay. Good for you.
Retired in his 30s from tree trimming because of health issues, health problems. The kind of situation might happen to me, to my dad one day. Gets mad aggro when people park on handicap parkings. Man, bro, this is it's a shitty situation.
Yeah.
You gotta react to Jeremy DeWitty. I don't know who the hell that is, my boy.
Never
Give it a
lasts.
stack.
I got to retire for about 13 years.
You mind if I call you Michael?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, and you can call me George. So just walk through, you leave your house and you drive up to the store?
No, I was coming back from the Wawa down on Missouri and Rosary to get some cash and headed home. Stop by the store, boom, home.
Okay.
Boom.
So you get to the store. Tell me, kind of walk me through what
I
happened.
think he shot him once.
Park my car, and that's my store. I'm there every day.
This is the second time he has said this. It could be
Yeah.
argued that he's already trying to give his version of events some form of reinforced vindication before he even states them. By it being his store and him being there every day, he is designating himself as some form of protector or guardian, thus
Yeah.
characterizing his actions as pure and his logic behind them of pure
It's
intent.
not his store though, exactly.
And every day there's somebody pulled in the handicap spot there, just waiting on somebody.
Okay.
So I have a pet peeve about it. And
Sure.
I, said, do you mind, moving? There's a spot next door and there's spots out front. I said, do you mind moving and waiting on somebody? And
So there's plenty more spots and
there's
stuff.
plenty more spots, yes. And she took that as an affront that I would speak to her that way. Started getting a little, yelling, and then
So you.
I agree. It is my parking though, exactly. But that's the thing. We don't know if he's handicapped or not though. Right? Because he's saying that he has a pet peeve with people parking in handicapped. But I don't think he's handicapped. So it's not his parking either. But I understand where the pet peeve comes from because, like I said earlier, those parkings are designated for handicapped people. So don't park there. Regardless of the situation, don't park there.
You walk up to her
But I feel like
car.
he's trying to use this, oh, well, it's my store. It's my park. Like, bro, it's not, though.
Okay.
Okay, so I just checked for placards, plain and simple. And she inquired about what was going on.
Okay.
And that's when I told her, about the handicap spots.
What did you tell her?
I said, it's not very polite to park here when there's other people who need to use this. She says, is it affecting you directly? I said, if my mother-in-law rolls in, yes, it will be. So, there's nothing, there was none of that between us at all.
Okay.
Nothing. It was just heated words, that's all. About
Okay.
how I was speaking to her, I guess.
Okay.
She said, what do I have to do to get my man? I said, well, what's going to happen then? And a little more arguing back and forth, and I never saw what hit me from
She was the driver of the car?
She was in the car. She was the only person in the car
All right.
that I know of.
You didn't see anybody else on the car?
Tinted windows, almost dark,
Okay.
couldn't see through it.
All right. So you guys are talking.
Yeah, exactly. She's out of the car by this time.
Okay.
Standing next to it, that's all.
Okay.
And I got hit from the left side and thrown straight backwards in line with her car.
Okay.
So if you saw the two white ladder lines
Mhm.
next to the thing, that's where I was standing. Okay, so I went almost straight back after I got hit.
What do you mean hit?
I was standing like this talking to her.
Okay.
I was hit from right here. The shoulder was pulled in front of me, and then I was.
Oh, okay.
Then
All
I
right.
hit the ground.
Okay.
Okay, I'm pretty sure.
We'll get somebody to take pictures of all this.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that too much, but
Not likely. Like, at my job, there's only one space. Why is there only one handicap space? So that's ridiculous. It is a little excessive for a parking spot. Something else set him off. That's what I'm saying, right? Like there has to be something else. Because there's no way that all of this was for a parking spot that didn't affect him directly. Like, I don't know. It's kind of back and forth because, again, the lady's wrong. She's wrong as well. There's no heroes in this. Like, at all. No one so far has been a pure victim. Everyone's a victim in their own way, but everyone's also the bad person in their own way as well. It's a super weird situation. Everyone's wrong.
My wrist under my gun, actually. That's how I landed, because that's hurting like a son of a bitch now.
So you landed on the pavement?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was on the ground.
So-
So that time, I had to put hand down to get hand out from underneath. As I come out, I start drawing my weapon. As I start leveling off my weapon, he makes his next step towards me, and 21-foot rule.
The so-called 21-foot rule stems from what is known as the Tuller drill, a self-defense training exercise to prepare against a short-range knife or melee attack when armed only with a holstered handgun. The idea is that by the time an individual determines a deadly threat, draws their firearm, and fires, the attacker will have already closed up to 21 feet in distance. This reinforces the idea that one should have their handgun drawn and ready to engage at a target if they're within that distance. Yet what Drejka left out is that this training exercise puts a strong emphasis on the fact that the attacker must have a weapon in their hands. That is the key component if one is to use this rule as a justification to immediately engage with deadly force.
Whoa, hold on, okay, whoa. Now hold on. He pushed him, he fell, okay? I'm at 10:45, right? Let me go back real quick to watch this video. I am gonna skip the TOS part
and rushed him to the Morton Plant Hospital. He was pronounced dead at 4:04 p.m. CCTV footage.
So they're arguing. He walks around, checks for tags, no tags. They're arguing. Okay, here comes the boyfriend, right? The boyfriend pushes him. He falls. He's standing there. Hold on. Look. Pay attention, right? He's standing there. He begins to draw the weapon. He's very visibly starting to back up. Look. He's visibly starting to back up. So this whole 21 foot rule, bro. Okay, miss me with that bullshit. Come on, dog. If
one is to use this rule as a justification to immediately engage
he
with deadly
his arm for the
force.
push. He had to. Where else would he? Because he's still using both arms. You can use your arm, Disha. If you sprain your arm, you can still use your arm, especially in a situation where you probably feel like you are gonna get hurt, bro. Adrenaline, that shit got you lifting up buildings if you need to, bro. That shit is powerful. Homie probably didn't feel that shit like in the moment, but he probably sprained his shit like from that push because he fell on it.
Around already.
Right. Okay.
It happened so fast, and that was that.
Did he say anything to you?
Negative. Not a word.
Okay. Did you say anything to him?
No.
Like back up? Or?
No.
It could be assumed that the suspect's frantic response was because he felt threatened by the question. Put yourself in his position, but assume that you knew, without question, that you were in the right, and there was no other option than to fire upon the attacker. When posed a completely logical question such as this, you would take a moment to grasp and incorporate its principle. This is because you would have no need to be in a defensive state of mind. You would feel no threat, and it's human nature to be inquisitive and curious about matters related to our own decision-making.
Exactly,
It's how
Uncle
we
Ian.
grow as people.
Exactly.
Yet if we are in a defensive state of mind, this natural curiosity would be overlooked, as our focus would be projected outward toward the perceptions of others, rather than inward toward our own. In this instance, it could be argued that Drejka's immediate response, void of any contemplation whatsoever, is him trying to insinuate that he felt so threatened by the attacker that even the thought of giving any sort of a warning is an illogical concept.
Bullshit.
It's a variant of the emotional response known as appeal to extremes.
Okay. So you draw your weapon. Talk to me about that. From.
Well, the way I was able to draw it, I couldn't level it with one hand, so I had to eventually try and bring my left around for support.
Okay.
And he made his step towards me, and that was that.
How many steps did he make towards you?
Just one step.
Okay.
He didn't
And then
though.
that was that. Talk to me about.
He didn't even step towards him though. What the fuck? Everything makes sense until that part. Everything lines up, right? The arm getting hurt, him drawing it out and then having to use both hands. Okay, that makes sense. But the step doesn't. Like at all, dude. Like at all.
I made sure there's no other threat around him because it spun him a little bit and he ran into the store. Immediate threat gone. I did have her as a potential.
No, I mean beforehand, before you fired the gun.
Ask me the question.
Before you fired the gun.
Yes.
Once you pull the gun out.
Yes.
Okay. You said he stepped towards you.
Yeah.
Because I don't
One more step.
Elizabeth, chill out.
One more
Chill.
step towards me.
And then what do you do?
I didn't
Chill.
say a word. Gun
Okay.
was already out.
Okay. What do you do?
Fire my weapon.
How many times did you fire the
One
weapon?
time, sir.
Okay. So you fire the weapon and then basically just scan?
I ended up standing up, made sure all the threats were clear, reholstered my weapon.
Okay. All right. So he didn't come back at you again or anything like
Not
that?
after he left.
Where did he go?
Into the store.
Okay. Did you strike him?
No.
No, I mean with a gun.
No. I don't know. I
Okay.
assume so.
But
That's
then-
because there was an ambulance there.
Okay. So you don't know if you hit him or
I
not?
know.
I'll be here all day.
Nothing, but I would assume so.
Okay. All right. So what do you do? Talk me from there after you reholster your weapon.
After I reholster my weapon, everything's clear. Somebody's screaming about hurt kids. Somebody's screaming about hurt kids. Somebody thought they were in the car.
Oh, damn.
So I said everybody's inside, you know, see if you can get her to unlock the car.
What does IRL voice band do? Okay. To explain it, IRL voice band is, you... I think this is... Let me see. Yeah, so IRL voice band literally means that I won't be able to talk for the next 3 minutes. Yeah, I have to be quiet for 3 minutes.
Mhm.
And that was it. All I remember is screaming about kids.
Okay. What do you do from that?
And I talk a lot, so-
Everything's.
Everything's on. Well, I asked one person to go, you know, see if she could unlock her car from the inside, and then I decided to extricate myself from the situation completely and just back to my vehicle and wait for you. So I took my firearm out, unloaded it, locked it, left it in the car. And
What do you mean you locked it back?
Yes.
Okay.
Unloaded it, locked it back, waited for you.
Hello, Mystic.
Did you unload a bag or anything like that? Or?
Oh, God, no. Just
All
the
right.
one that was in the pipe.
We're gonna kind of slow it down a little bit and kind of, because I'm gonna be asking specific questions about the incident. And again, just like you just be truthful with me.
No trouble there.
And just because we got to kind
Yeah.
of dot our I's and cross our T's, exactly what happened. I know you kind of went through it a little fast or whatever, so we're going to just go back a little bit. Is that okay?
Whatever you need
All
to
right.
do, brother.
Appreciate it. So you exit your vehicle, right? Like you always do, and you're getting ready to walk in the store.
He's sleeping.
And what do you see from there?
No placard on the front of the car, because
Well-
I have to walk by the car to...
So you approach the vehicle?
No, front of the vehicle, yeah.
Okay.
Because he's sleeping.
And your intention's on walking around the cars to look for placards?
Always, yeah.
Okay. Where do you
usually
normally
take pictures if there's, you know...
Okay. You take pictures if you don't see no placards, or
Correct.
you take, okay. Where do you normally look for placards?
What the hell?
License plate, windshield, and the front.
Okay.
You see if there's a front.
Oh my god, my camera battery died already? What the hell?
license
To-
plate, everything.
When you approached the vehicle, was the driver, did you make eye contact with the driver?
I couldn't see the driver. The windows are so dark.
Okay.
I didn't know anybody was in the car.
Right.
Truthfully.
So her window wasn't rolled down?
No,
The
not
driver's
at the
side?
time, no.
Okay. So you start walking around the car?
Yeah, I walked from the front to the back and then just back up again. And
Okay.
I took no pictures. I just, you know, was
Sure.
assuming to go and keep going, but then the window came down.
He states that the altercation started once the driver rolled down her window, yet the surveillance says otherwise.
Here we go. The footage.
The prosecution stated that the suspect spotted the driver through the windshield and engaged with her at this moment.
Yep. Look. He's seen her,
The
bro.
window then comes down at this moment.
He's seen her.
Was the car running?
I couldn't tell. It's so quiet.
Okay.
These damn cars. It doesn't sound anything like mine, which is like a
So then when you come back around...
Why don't you stop and take a picture of my own car with a stick
No, only after I get back up in front and she on my way in.
Good
the
shit.
store, and she asked me.
Good shit, Elizabeth. Good
So
shit.
she rolls her window down?
Good shit.
Do you make verbal contact with her first, or did
She made verbal contact with me first.
And
And
what
I
was her-
explained what I did. She asked me what I was doing, of course.
Okay, so
And-
she asked you what? What are you doing?
What are you
Walking around my car?
doing? Yeah, I
And you
said
said-
I'm looking for handicap placards, you know.
Okay.
And then it ensued with, well, what's that matter
So-
to you?
okay. So when she rolls her window down, she says, "Hey, what are you doing?" How far are you away from the car?
To the front of the car.
Okay, so you're standing at the front?
Yeah, about the front of the car, which is the
Are
edge
you
of
on
the
the curb?
sidewalk, yeah.
Okay, so you're on the sidewalk?
Yeah, I'm not exactly in front of the car, I'm on the sidewalk at the front of the car.
Okay. So after you start talking to her, do you approach the driver's side of the car?
Yeah, just, of course, I don't want to yell back and
Right.
forth.
That's understandable. So how far do you approach the vehicle, distance-wise?
Okay.
You may be one-
I agree, but at the same time, nothing physical had happened. Nothing. Right? The boyfriend should have came out there and diffused it. Cursed him out? Sure, whatever. Called him names? Sure, whatever. Right? But that push, bro, was unnecessary. He ain't hit this girl. He ain't touched the car. He ain't do none of that shit. So for the boyfriend to just come out, right, only seeing something. Also, handicapped bathroom conversations go like this. Oh, look, it's a miracle. Anyways, that push was aggressive. It was very aggressive.
wondering why they are asking such
Very
specific
aggressive.
questions when the entire incident was captured on surveillance. Yet they are not asking for the purpose of gathering facts. They are asking to see if the suspect will amend the facts to fit with his own narrative. Anything he fabricates can be used against him, especially during cross-examination to negate his credibility.
It's gonna be, she's in the car.
So let's say I'm the driver.
She can probably smell your breath, you know,
Okay.
after a while. It's not like I was leaning in her car or anything.
Hopefully you can't smell my breath.
Oh, yeah, hopefully that's
True.
So how, can you show me how far, let's say I'm her, how far do you come up to her?
by the window.
Okay, so a couple feet.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
gonna encroach into her car.
All right.
That's
So-
still too close.
You guys are bickering back and forth. Next thing you know, you get pushed.
I'm blind, pushed nothing, tackled. I'm
Okay.
blindsided, dude.
Okay.
I'm on the ground.
Tackled?
So he shoved you pretty good.
No, for what it felt like is he come running at me.
Okay. Like full force.
Dude, I haven't been hit like that since I was in my 20s.
Okay. All right. So he shoves you to the ground. You fall to the ground.
Correct.
Okay.
Slightly, dude. Not very, slightly.
Okay. Do you hit your head?
Don't know. Don't feel anything.
Okay.
Don't know.
So you don't know if
he's sideways like this. No, this landed under my gun. Okay, so I landed on my wrist, on my gun.
Okay.
Had to reach over to extract my hand.
To push yourself
To
back.
push myself up off of that. And as I'm reaching and pulling around, he's standing in front of me. As I come up, he's taking his step towards me.
Okay. Now let's discuss that. If you don't mind, could you sit on the ground real quick for me?
That's where I was.
I don't want you to hurt it.
No.
Okay.
We do.
So you're on the ground, right?
I'm on the ground like this.
Okay. How far is the guy away?
Front of the car.
He's at the front of the car?
Front of the
So he's on
car.
that sidewalk kind of curb area.
No, he's in front of the car, off the sidewalk.
Okay. Right on the edge.
You got it.
So how far do you think he's away from you?
I might.
He has a cast, but I think he took it out to demonstrate. I think he took it out, but he definitely had a cast on, or like some sort of like some shit. But it was definitely something that's like holding his hand. Sit on the ground, damn.
Might have been right at the edge of the back of the front door.
Of the car?
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
So he's up by the front tire.
He's up by the front tires. No, further than that, man.
Further than this.
Further than that.
Okay.
Maybe his back further. He had to be further than that.
Okay. So he's about this far,
Yeah.
or maybe even further.
And as I come up this way, because I have to come up off my hand, all right, I bring the gun out with me. And as I'm coming back this way, I can't support it. So I hit this.
Okay.
And as
What does he do?
as I come out like this, he's taking his step.
Okay. Taking a step?
Taking his steps towards me.
Okay.
So let's look at the footage.
Yeah, he legit walked over there. He legit took a stroll. He said, G shit. Right? So
The suspect is shoved to the ground as he described.
He's on the ground.
This is the moment he reaches for his gun. Marquise sees this and starts backing up.
There you go. Thank you, someone pointed it out. Also, the whole thing about, like, he had to, like, put the arm down to lift himself up, where's that?
This is the suspect is shoved to the ground as he described.
Look at how he... Look, his hand's right here. His hand's right here. So he's not supporting himself. He just sits down. And then...
This is the moment he reaches for his gun. Marquise sees this and starts backing up.
Takes the gun out. He steps back like 3 times.
Marquise takes 3.5 steps back, and 2.5 seconds go by. Drake...
Yeah, even this guy took off.
Then fires his weapon.
Okay.
Maybe to the front tire.
Maybe old man had a PTSD moment. He probably shouldn't be carrying a gun. Yeah, but you will be surprised how easy it is to get a gun, especially in Florida. It's so easy. It's literally so easy. I think you have to do like 1 class. You have to do 1 class and have to have like, I think, like no criminal history. And that's it. You're basically fine. Literally. My dad has a gun, right? My dad has a gun, but he doesn't carry it around. It's literally just in the house. And I was with him. And it's so easy. It is so easy to get a gun. Like literally, it took us like half a day, and that was it. We just got one. It's like, I'm like, yo, that was really easy. And he's like, it's kind of scary. I was nearly shot by a neighbor kid when I was a kid. My dad owns a gun. Jeez, that's a terrible situation.
So show me where. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay, so right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Was he charging after you?
2 steps running.
Okay. Well, you're saying he was running?
Well, it would have been running when he got out of behind the car.
Okay. All right.
I gotta get both.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want you to hurt yourself.
No.
What did you think then, Mike?
Say again,
What
bud?
did you think when that happened?
I've never been in that situation ever. I thought kicks were coming.
Okay.
So you thought he was gonna?
I thought kicks were coming, or at least he'd be on top of me.
You need help?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Left arm's pretty. All right.
So you're thinking he's gonna come kick you?
I'm thinking he's
You
coming
said
to
1
do
step
the
though.
rest of it.
Exactly.
Did you shoot him with a firearm?
Exactly. He said he took 1 step, but now it's like 4 or 5 running steps.
Whatever beating was coming after that.
He just asserted that he thought kicks or a beating was coming. If he had spoken with a lawyer, he would have been advised to not only state, but put considerable emphasis on the fact that he believed that his life was in danger. He would have essentially been told to say that it was either his life or the attacker's, and that there wasn't a shred of doubt in his mind that he would have been killed had he not fired his weapon in self-defense. Even without the surveillance footage to refute his version of the altercation, these statements alone would be extremely damning in a court of law.
So you thought he was gonna beat you and stuff?
You're not kidding.
Okay. All right. So
If he gonna hit me that hard to begin with from blindside from the get-go, what else should I expect?
okay. All right. So you're on the ground. You said he was running at you, but he only took like a step.
He would have if he had cleared that and come around towards me again with
Right.
that second foot.
Okay.
That
So he
would've
only
been
made.
it.
he only
Facts.
made one
Always ask for a
He
lawyer.
barely made the second
Regardless
step before
of the
I
situation.
pulled the trigger.
Always.
step. What kind of gun do you have?
Glock 23.
Okay.
Why did you think the guy was going to beat you?
Because I just got blindsided out of nowhere. Why? What else would I think?
Oh, I'm just asking.
Now, I've never been in that situation before. First thing I think, if I'm getting hit like that, somebody's coming at me for more.
Okay.
What did the female do at that point?
The female just started screaming
Was she in the car or out of the car?
out of the car.
Okay. She's screaming that you just shot him, or
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
okay, you just hear her screaming.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm not paying attention to her anymore because I moved away from her. She's not a threat to me anymore.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you a question. You mentioned early that you asked Mustafa about video and stuff like that.
Correct.
That there were. Do you think the video would show him charging it or running
It
at you?
should.
Okay.
There should be an angle right on that parking spot.
Okay. What happens if
I think a shove is still a hit though. And like the court of law, if you shove someone, you still hit them. Like you still assaulted them. Doesn't matter if it's like a full-on fist fight or anything. Like if you shove someone, right? You're like, for example, in school, bro. You were in the okay, so you took a gun out. Exactly. Right? That's what I'm saying. This would have played out differently if the dude never would have gotten aggressive, right? And if the guy would have just, if this guy, Michael Drejka, whatever his name is, would have never pulled his gun out, right? This is a domino effect. Aggression is met with aggression. Well, aggression is met with even more aggression. And then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse until, unfortunately, someone dies. But, like I was saying, for example, bro, in school, right? The way that they would determine who started the fight was who touched the other person first, right? So, I think it works the same way with the government. Regardless of what is said, right? If you even touch the person first, you started the fight. You're wrong. I'm not sure if it works the same way, but that's just how it's always been, bro.
if I told you that I looked at the video and in no time and point does he come running up towards you?
Also, if you tickled someone and they said stop, it's classified as... Really? Whoa.
He actually takes a step back.
I would disagree.
I mean, good shit. I hate being tickled. I hate being tickled.
I would disagree in a heartbeat.
Okay, all right. So you said after he runs in the store and stuff like that.
Did you see?
I think someone just... I don't know. I just heard a noise.
Yeah,
Where
absolutely.
do you come from? If you don't mind me asking, where do you come from?
Yeah, we'll get into that. But did she walks around the vehicle? Does she go anywhere? Do you see her go anywhere?
She went to the front of the store. She was inside for a while. Then she got in and moved her car.
Okay, so she came back outside the store.
She did.
Did you guys have any discussion?
The only thing I said to her was somebody's trying to see if you've got keys for your children.
Okay. Did when the gentleman, before you fired the gun, did he make any threats towards you?
I never heard a word.
Okay. So he didn't say, I'm going to kick your ass?
I never heard a word of anything.
Let's kind of back up because I'm just trying to understand. Excuse me. Before you shoot him, okay, and he had already shoved you, right? You said you thought he was going to come kick you and basically finish the job.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear him make any statements?
Negative. He never made a word.
Okay,
until
like
I
I'm
fired.
coming to
Never said
finish.
a word until I fired, but then he never said a word when he dumped me either.
Right. So you never said, what
No,
the hell,
sir.
dude? Okay. So you guys don't have any type of...
I barely even saw the man.
No, I mean, after he pushed
no.
you were on the ground.
There's
You're trying to get to your sidearm.
no talks between us
Okay.
at all.
You don't ask him, what the hell, dude? Why'd you push me?
No.
He doesn't make any statements, I'm going to come kick your ass?
No. Negative.
Okay.
Didn't say a word to me.
So he made no threats that he was going to come finish his job?
It was an assumption, definitely.
Okay. So you just assumed he was going to come do that?
Any smart person would, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I get it. I understand it. So, and then you shoot him just one time, correct?
One time, sir.
Okay.
Neutralize.
And then he just neutralize it?
Neutralize, and then that's it. There's no reason to...
What do you mean? Can you elaborate? What do you mean neutralize?
What
Neutralize
the...
immediate threat.
Okay.
And then that's
What
it.
the neutralize?
Anyway.
Sure, okay, I get it.
Bro.
I shoot to save my own ass, and that's that.
Okay.
Do you understand that? I mean, does it ever go through your mind that when you're going up and talking to these people and informing them of them being parked in a handicapped spot, that they might not take that right? That this might go sideways a little bit?
Well, sure, but that's why I take precautions as well.
Like what? What kind of precautions?
I'm a very careful person and I have a permit.
He has just stated that he was fully aware beforehand that a serious altercation could have arisen from his actions, and then justified these actions on the grounds that he was carrying a weapon. He has essentially just tried to condone the provocation of a potential violent encounter because he was protected, showing no consideration for the safety and well-being of others. It could be argued that he gave no thought to the potential harm said provocation could cause anyone apart from himself.
Okay, do you think you'd go knock on these people's, or I shouldn't say knock on these people's
Yeah, I
do you
don't
think you'd go confront them?
anyone
I
right
mean,
to their face.
It's approaching, so we use the term approach instead of confront.
Okay, but it is up to the person who's in the car to actually confront.
If you go up to somebody and approach them, they could take that as being confrontational. You can't really interpret how people are going to take it.
That would make them confrontational.
But if you go up to somebody and you
What? Bro, even the cop is like, excuse, look at him, look. Even the cop is like, huh? Even the cop is like, sir.
you can't really interpret how
that
people are
would
going to
make
take
them
it.
confrontational.
But
Look at the head jerk.
if you go up to somebody and you approach them about being parking,
He said, says, what's the emo? Is it just Capital Rock? The cop said this, bro. The cop said, the cop was confused, bro. The cop was lost.
do you think you'd be willing to do that and take that risk if you didn't take these precautions? Because you don't know how people are going to react.
I've been carrying a gun most of my adult life, so I can't really answer that in a way that would satisfy you.
Okay.
You know
Well,
what
I mean, would you approach these people if you didn't?
Once again, I don't know. I would have to say yeah,
Okay.
but I wouldn't know because, like I said,
You always carry.
I've always carried a firearm.
Okay. Since how long? How long have you carried it?
I was 22,
How old are you now?
48.
If, let's say on the video, watch the video or whatever, and he doesn't approach you or make any steps towards you like you indicated.
Exactly what I saw, though.
Okay, so you saw him come towards you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what happens if he didn't come towards you? Would you still have fired
No,
around?
there's no reason to. If he's retreating, then I don't need to use my firearm.
Papega.
I still don't need to use my firearm.
All right.
He has just removed a potentially strong argument from a defense team. Upon reviewing the surveillance footage, the defense could have asserted that the defendant was still in considerable fear of his life, even though the suspect was retreating. This could have further asserted the argument that his actions were not the result of malignant anger, but rather the result of irrational fear.
Did you see, when you saw this guy after he pushed you, did you see anything on his face? Did you see any facial expressions or anything?
Negative. All I saw was a man trying to do me.
What were his hands doing? Could you see that?
I have no clue.
Trying to what?
Okay,
Were you able to see him? Were you able to see the guy's hands?
I didn't see his hands per se, and I didn't see his face at all. I don't know what he looks like.
Could you see his legs, his feet, anything like that?
I might have seen his legs. I know he was a black guy. That's it.
I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. There's no need to go there. It hasn't gone there yet. I'm not going there.
Maybe his arms. I'm not sure.
Could you see anything that he was doing other than...
Watching his feet, watching his hips.
All right. So if he was standing still, you would have seen no reason to
No,
pull
sir.
that trigger. Okay.
If he hadn't twitched, I never would have pulled that trigger.
When that gun was out, did you make the decision to shoot when you pulled the gun out, or was that
Negative.
decision made afterwards?
Negative decision I made as soon as he moved.
Okay. Did you remember having time to think and process
No
things?
time to think.
But you
As
hadn't
soon as
made...
that gun was out, the twitch goes. That's it.
Okay. But you said you actually pulled the gun out before you made the decision to shoot, right?
I'm not pulling it out with the intention of pulling the trigger.
Okay.
Okay,
Now,
if I come up on target and I need to shoot, I'm shooting.
If you would have pulled that gun, between the time you pulled that gun, if you would have been on your back and you pulled that gun and you had it on him, if he would have been standing still, do you think that trigger would have gotten pulled?
No.
Did you have time to really look at him and tell that he was coming towards you?
The feet said he was coming towards me, and
Okay.
so did the hips.
What kind of twitch was it?
The hip twitch.
It's right there. It's right there. Look. It's right here. It's right here. You see it, right? Look. It's right here. This thing right here. Look at it. You see it, right? This thing right here. That's the cast.
What comes around this way, like he's going.
But it's like the exact color of his shirt, so it kind of blends in. I don't know why they got him a cast the exact same color of it. I don't know.
Right past that car thing, and that was that.
How much time do you think it was between when you pulled that gun out and when you
I don't
actually
know.
pulled the trigger?
I don't know.
How much time did it seem like to you?
It seemed like a split second.
Okay.
All right, Michael, we'll be right back. So, we spoke before, I'm Detective Shields of the Sheriff's Office. We're here to do a buckle swab.
That's a sling, my guy. Regardless of what it is, bro, it's holding his fucking arm, okay?
Which is a swabbing of your cheeks, if you consent to it. We're going to go over a consent form here. These are our forensics technicians, forensic specialists that work here at the Sheriff's Office, and they're going to get some overall stuff.
All right, Michael, if you just stand up right here, I'll just take some overall photographs of you. I'm just going to see, where were your injuries? You
can take the shirt, Michael.
You can take the
This is basically it as far as noticeable injuries. Everything else is just muscular and on the inside.
Bro, his arm is okay. Do you not know what a sprain is, Disha? He's using it for show. Do you not know what a sprain is, Disha? Have you ever had a sprain before? You can still use your arm with a sprain. It just fucking hurts. That shit just hurts. But you can still move your arm. It's not like it's like it's not like the like Harry Potter like Gumby hand.
Okay.
So as far as
The bone's still intact. He can still move it. It's just his muscles hurt.
madness and sadness. You still
Huh? Madness.
What does that say in your tattoo?
madness and sadness.
Hey.
Her initials were SAD, mine are MADs.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Michael.
Surely.
Thank you.
Surely that's what it means.
Sorry, man. You good on water and stuff like that? Okay.
People were just here, so I've been.
Michael, we just want to talk to you, kind of seal up a few things and go over a few more things. Is that all right?
Bro need the gum fruit.
Clarify things.
Clarify away.
So, in regards to the incident at the store, you had mentioned early on when I was talking to you about after he shoved you, okay, and you fell to the ground.
Me, nothing.
Well, I mean,
A shove is somebody standing in front of somebody and pushing their arms out straight. This felt like I was run at and tackled.
okay, all right. So
Okay,
after
dude, you're reaching, dog. You're actually reaching now. Okay, I'm in bed now. What I miss? Well, really, did he go to the hospital? Oh, the guy? I don't know. But basically, they've been asking him to walk through it step by step, and they are starting to point out small little like inconsistencies with his story, and they started taking pictures of his like injuries and stuff like that, and now they're just questioning him again about the incident. That's
he
it.
tackles you or whatever in your words, you fall to the ground, correct?
Very cool.
Okay, because I don't want to put words in your mouth. And then, you know, you're working on getting your firearm out because of what reason?
I laid on it when I fell.
Okay, but you're working on trying to get your firearm out.
I had to drag it out from under me.
For what reason, though?
If you had just been blindsided with no idea who was attacking you, would your firearm be out next move you made?
Probably so. I mean, I don't know.
That's
It's hard for me to make that.
That's exactly.
It's an
why.
opinion. Okay. So,
No, I don't think
You
so.
thought-
That's a training.
okay. When you looked up and you see him,
But he said he wasn't hurt the first time, right? Because the cop asked if he was okay and if he was hurt. Well, no, he said I'm fine. Like other than the arm, I'm okay.
what's going through your mind?
What's going through my mind is he coming back at me again?
Okay. To do what? What did you think he was going to do?
Thinking he's going to finish what the hell he just started.
Okay. And to you, like, what do you mean? Kind of elaborate a little bit on.
What did he start
I
though?
have no clue because he didn't do anything.
Right.
I can't elaborate on something I don't know about.
And what do you think he was going to do?
No clue. Come after me again. That's about it. What he would have done is just pure conjecture.
All right. So did you think he was maybe going to get physical with you?
Sure.
Okay.
In a fair fight, you think you can take him?
Negative. I do not fight. Never have been a fighter.
Never?
Never.
Ever?
Ever.
Alright.
This is actually Cap. He used to be on the wrestling team. Please do it, please.
I didn't even fight in school.
These statements were used by the prosecution to further assert his lack of consideration for the safety and well-being of others.
Deja, cause he fell on it? What do you mean? Cause he fell on it, Deja? Maybe? This 20 questions BS would piss me off. I get why they do it, but in school when people would help me write that asked me to repeat the same damn thing so they can slow ass write it down. Yeah, I get it though. Like it's just procedure to get a thorough thought process going for the situation, and ask it multiple times to see the inconsistencies and see which parts of it is less focused on now and stuff like that. The way he fell on it, it doesn't matter how you fall, bro. You can still hurt your hand either way. I get hurt super easily as well. So if I fall, bruh, and I barely touch my wrist, it's high-key gonna be sprained. That's just the way some people are, bro. You just get hurt easily. I get hurt easily, bro. I sprained my ankles 6 times, bro. I've broken one arm. I've sprained both of my arms. I fractured this arm. Bro, I get hurt easily, bro.
As he stated earlier, he was aware that his decision to approach the vehicle could have resulted in an altercation.
It's not the bones, though. It's muscle. My sister sprained my leg picking me up. Aw. Damn. That shit must have sucked.
Potentially a violent one. Yet he has just confirmed that he has no hand-to-hand fighting experience or training whatsoever, meaning that his boldness in the situation solely came from the fact that he was armed with a deadly weapon, thus making him highly inclined to using it when far less force would have sufficed. The prosecution essentially stated that he was willing to kill in order to prevent himself from getting moderately hurt in the situation that he initiated.
Bro got paper muscles.
Finish the job, what do you mean?
Bro got paper
He
muscles.
started. I have no clue what he started and what his end game was.
Right, okay.
I was in the dark about that, so that makes me believe to myself.
Y'all are not understanding, bro. Y'all are going off of a CCTV footage. Okay? Look, bro. He shoved him, right? It's not the most aggressive shove, right? It's not the most powerful shove, right? But it's still a shove nonetheless, my guy. He can still hurt himself. That can still hurt. He can still sprain his shit.
You're working on trying to get your firearm out.
I had to drag it out from under me.
For what reason, though?
If you had just been blindsided with no idea.
Exactly, Uncle Ian. He fell directly on his arm. Paper muscles. I guess, dude. I guess. It's not even about the muscle structure, though. It's kind of a thing of paper muscles.
Who was attacking you with your firearm?
I guess.
Next move you made.
Probably so. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to make that.
That's exactly.
It's an
why.
opinion. Okay. So,
No, I don't think
you
so.
thought.
It's a training.
Okay. When you looked up and you see him, what's going through your mind?
What's going through my mind is he coming back at me again?
Okay. To do what? What did you think he was going to do?
Thinking he's going to finish what the hell he just started.
Okay. And to you, he was going
I'm behind. Holy shit.
In a fair fight, you think you can take
Consideration for the safety and well-being of others. As he stated earlier, he was aware that his decision to approach the vehicle could have resulted in an altercation, potentially a violent one, yet he has just confirmed that he has no hand-to-hand fighting experience or training whatsoever, meaning that his boldness in the situation solely came from the fact that he was armed with a deadly weapon, thus making him highly inclined to using it when far less force would have sufficed. The prosecution
How does that
essentially
happen,
stated
Elizabeth?
that he
How?
was willing to kill in order to prevent himself from getting moderately hurt in the situation that he initiated.
I mean, what do you finish the job? What do you mean? I'm
Finish
just
whatever
trying.
he started. I have no clue what he started and what his end game was.
Right. Okay.
I was in the dark about that, so that makes me believe to myself I need a force multiplier because I don't know what's going on.
What do you mean a force multiplier? What is that?
Exactly what, you know what a force multiplier is.
No, sir, I don't. If I did, I don't. I really don't.
Well, a force multiplier is a sidearm. Anything
Okay.
other than your hand.
Okay. All right, I got you.
A stick.
Some type of weapon.
Force multiplier.
Okay.
You know terminology that we don't.
That's not supposed to be funny,
I know,
but the way you said that shit is so
I
funny.
learned it from
I be falling in holes and
Seriously,
shit. I be falling in holes and
and I
shit.
just want to tell you this.
It's called spasms. My legs don't get the full, so they just spaz out. That's crazy.
You know, just to let you know, the gentleman you shot is deceased.
Thank you for telling me. Nobody else will give me word on that.
Wow.
So,
I did ask.
okay. You got any questions for me or anything?
Other than the
Jeez.
standard ground thing, and I did exactly what I thought I was supposed to be doing at that time, considering what was happening to myself. No, sir, I don't think I have anything else to say.
Okay.
It's satisfied.
All right. Approximate time is about 2,200 hours. Interview will be concluded.
Drejka was released without charge as the investigation was ongoing, but was arrested 25 days later on August 13th and charged with a single count of manslaughter. During those 25 days, Drejka was named as the accused aggressor in 4 prior road incidents ranging from 2012 to 2008.
But now I gotta go. My flying fish crew is live, and I'm the only consistent mod. See y'all later. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you. I did the other day and messed up my elbow.
18, where he threatened drivers with a gun. 2 were male, 2 were female, including a young mother with 2 children in the car. He was interviewed by WTSP 18 days after his arrest.
I just want you to tell me about yourself.
Okay. I'm pretty much your normal, average, everyday person with average problems, I would suppose.
Right.
I don't know what everybody else's problems are, but
Right.
you know, I've got money troubles. You know, we've got moving troubles.
Right.
But other than that, everything.
Right. Take me back to, I'm going to call it that day. What kind of morning did you have July 19th? But were you working? Were you walking the dogs? Were you...
I don't think this is really the right place to go into specifics about that day.
Well, I wasn't talking about the actual incident of the shooting. I was just saying what your day was like. Cup of coffee? What?
Normal, everyday day, really. Nothing that...
Saw the wife off to work?
Yeah, nothing too surprising out of any of it.
Everybody involved with this case, a lot of people involved with this case have spoken up. The sheriff has spoken out. The prosecution has spoken out. The McLaughlins have spoken out. Al Sharpton has spoken out. And we felt that it was necessary to hear from the person at the center of this case.
This is
The McLaughlins
yikes.
have been very, very hard and descriptive about you as a person. Is there something that you could say to them that might give some clarity about who you are or how you feel?
I really don't think this is the right place to talk to the family directly.
Right. How many dogs do you have?
2.
And what kind are they?
German Shepherd.
All right. It seems...
Defense would argue display of humanity and compassion. Prosecution would argue self-pity and appeal for sympathy. True.
Seems like this is striking a chord with you. Do you...
Yeah, I don't miss my girls. Miss my girls. It's all of them.
Yeah. Is there anything in your mind that would change now that you have a chance to look back? Is there anything you would change with what happened, how it happened? Is there anything that you would change, or I'm sure you had time to think about this?
Sure. But I've had plenty of time to think about it. But as far as changing anything as events,
Right.
is what you're.
Right.
I don't see. I really no, not off the top of my head.
Okay. People that have come down to.
That's also debatable though, right? Because he was pushed. He was pushed. Again, him taking out the weapon made it even 10 times worse, obviously. What he could have done was took out the weapon and just not shoot. How about that? Pulling out the weapon isn't really the issue here because he's licensed. So he had the right to his weapon. He was pushed. He was assaulted. Okay, yeah, sure. But don't fucking shoot. That's the issue. He shot the nigga. That's the issue. That's the problem here. He should have been so trigger happy. True. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Speak about the event and things of that nature, and they get the feeling that there might be a racial overtone to this incident.
No,
You can't shoot if you don't pull out the gun, though? So what's the point of the gun, then? Huh? Bro. He's pushed, okay? He very obviously said that he can't fight, right? He is shoved, okay? He hurts his hand. He has a gun. You can defend yourself by pulling the gun out and not shooting. Because the presence of a gun, as is clearly shown, made the guy back up. The guy backed up. Everyone nearby him backed up. Every single person. Every single person backed up. So saying you can't shoot if you don't pull the gun out is kind of bullshit, because if he didn't pull the gun out, right? Then let's say the guy beats his ass. What's the point of getting the whole guns license then? So you got a gun and you still got your ass beat and you still can't fight? What's the point? Just don't shoot, bro. Pull the gun out. Exactly. Pull the gun out and say back up. Say back the fuck up. Leave me alone. Back up. Pulling a gun on someone who doesn't have a weapon of his own is already self-defense? Huh?
there's almost no way that. Number one,
There might be a racial overtone to this incident.
no, there's almost no way that.
Buddy, you almost had it. You almost had it, my guy. You almost had it. Keyword almost had it. You almost have it. Dude, what do you mean there's almost no way of that? Sir?
Number one,
Sir.
My upbringing really
Right.
prevents that from coming out of me ever. My parents weren't that way. Prevents that. My upbringing really
Right.
prevents that from coming out of me.
Acknowledging that is inside of him. True. Exactly. The presence of a gun is already scary enough. This man had no weapons, no knives, no guns, nothing. So him pulling out the gun was good enough. The issue is that he shot. But
Ever. My parents weren't that way.
Right.
It was always try and get along with everybody. Green eggs and ham. You
Right.
know, everybody's different. And I grew up during desegregation, not segregation. Okay, so it's not like was sheltered from other cultures or
Right.
races. From a very young age. And my professionalism beyond that prevents me from saying stuff like that anyway.
So I can look you in the eye right now and ask
if I
you,
speak, I'm in trouble.
if you are a racist, what would be your answer?
No, there's
You do not hate black people.
I do not hate anybody.
He was released from jail 1 month after this interview on a $100,000 bond. His trial
Yeah.
began on August 19th of 2019.
People talk about desegregation and segregation like it was like centuries ago. Bro, my grandparents were alive for that shit, dog. like, it wasn't that long ago, bro. It wasn't.
One of the most high-profile trials in the Bay Area will officially get underway.
Michael Drejka's attorney will argue that Drejka fatally shot Marquise McLaughlin in self-defense.
ABC Action News reporter Jasmine Stiles joins us live now from Clearwater with a breakdown of the jury.
At 8:45 this morning,
Jury.
prosecutors and the defense will give their opening statements to 6 jurors. We know that they are mostly white and none of those jurors are black. It took about 2 days to whittle down the large pool of potential jurors.
Who be attacking you? I ain't attack you. I'm attacking the people that like act like segregation was like 70,000 years ago, when it wasn't. It was like 50 years ago. I'm agreeing with you. You okay?
His reaction when he finds out in the interview that Mr. McLaughlin had expired. He's not celebrating. He's not proud. He's not happy.
No. I am talking to the people. I'm talking to the people that make it sound like slavery was like 70,000 years ago. Like, no, bro. It was like 50 years ago, bro. It was like 60 years ago, bro. Like, it wasn't that fucking long ago. Got me iced coffee, lucky.
That shows you that it wasn't his intention or his desire to take a human life. He did what he thought he had to do in the moment, in split-second timing, given that he was attacked. It's not a high-definition video. You heard their own experts say it was standard definition. We don't even know the age of the cameras that captured the images. But clearly, it's not the best images. And we heard about this compression artifact. You're going to see that there's some wavy lines when you watch the video in the deliberation room. You're going to see this little jumping, little wavy lines over the shoulder of Mr. McLaughlin at one point, on the grill of one of the cars at one point. So it's not completely representative of what occurred. And it's certainly not high definition representative. Color seems to be off, very, very low color. You heard the store owner say that Mr. Drejka came in every day. He didn't know he carried a weapon. Mr. Drejka never said, hey, I got a gun. I carry a firearm. Had no idea. And how did he describe Mr. Drejka? He said he was always calm. And in this video interview, he's calm.
You streaming?
Yeah.
You all stream? Yo, just come in, making sure you straight.
See, get out of my room, bro.
But
Get out of my room.
I'm coming to say what's up.
What's up, bro?
What's up, stream? Yeah, I'm straight.
You good, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm hungry, bro.
Well, I'm not hungry. I just ate noodles.
Noodles? What noodles?
The last one?
The stir fry ones? You a bitch. Get out of my room.
Seems a little depressed.
Yo,
He
Owen.
doesn't seem proud or excited or anything like that. Very calm. Everyone that described him said he was calm, cooperative.
Are they trying to say he didn't have a gun? No.
Nice
They're
guy.
trying to say that he's calm with the gun.
He had no time to think. He had no time to analyze the situation. He was attacked. He was blindsided.
He did have
says that-
time, though. He
listen to
did.
him in his interview. Those clips the state didn't play to you. So I just hope that as you go back and deliberate on this extremely
Hi, Liz.
fundamentally important constitutional issues, remember we live in America. Mr. Drejka is presumed not guilty unless the state is able to overcome that presumption by evidence and testimony. We respectfully submit to you that that has not occurred in this case, that there is reasonable doubt. Common sense tells you that. We know how divisive this case is. Mr. Drejka did what he thought was necessary to terminate a threat, a clear threat against his life. And as I said, when you go back and talk about it, ask yourself, if Mr. Drejka hadn't pulled the gun and fired, what would have happened to Mr. Drejka? Mr. Drejka was the...
Absolutely nothing. The guy would have just ran because that's what he was doing anyways. in the video, it's literally shown. Drejka puts out the gun, and the guy just takes like a bunch of steps back. If Michael Drejka would have held the gun, right, holding it, used that time to get himself up, still pointed, right, not shooting, still pointing, takes his ass to his truck, to the store, whatever would have made him feel safe, he would have been A-okay. But no, he decided to shoot.
Victim here. That's the sad part.
Wait, what?
Drejka was the victim here.
What?
What would have happened to Mr. Drejka? Mr. Drejka was the victim here.
Yo, are you joking? Mr. Drejka was the victim here? Even she's like, huh?
That's the sad part.
Look.
Mr. Drejka was the victim here. That's the sad part. The victim, the true victim, has become the defendant in a very serious criminal case. His life and liberty are at stake here on your decision.
What the
Think it through. One man is already gone.
What the fuck?
Do we want to take another man's life away from him on this kind of evidence?
Who is this guy? Pack him up! Who is this guy?
When there's this kind of doubt in the case. Thank you for your time.
What we have to do as the state of Florida is prove beyond a reasonable doubt that that defendant committed the crime of manslaughter.
Yo.
Now, what is a reasonable doubt? Here is a story that I tell in closing arguments. Admittedly, it might sound silly, but it's to demonstrate what is and what is not a reasonable doubt. So let's say that you're walking your dog at night.
My bad. What's this? This is the case of Michael Drejka. It's one of those criminal psychology videos. This one's been fire so far. By the way, this one,
And it's Florida, of course. And you hear some
It's Florida,
thunder,
of course.
You see some lightning, you smell the rain, you go to bed. You wake up, water everywhere. Okay? Beyond a reasonable doubt, it's been proven that it rained. Now, is it possible that a helicopter went over the neighborhood, go into some forest fire, dumped the bucket of water over the neighborhood? Is it possible the sun's not going to rise? Okay? But that's not reasonable based on the evidence. The evidence is there was thunder, there was lightning, the smell of rain. When you look at all that, it's been proven beyond a reasonable doubt that it rained. And one of the most important things that you do not leave when you come into a courtroom is your common sense. So common sense tells you that it rained. Now, can you speculate this? So let's say that you have some kids in the neighborhood. Let's say there's 3 kids. You got Allison, you got Alyssa, and you got Timmy. Okay? And Timmy's the terrible one in the neighborhood, and he has the super soaker gun, and he likes to spray that super soaker gun everywhere. Now, can you speculate that he took that super soaker gun, went all around the neighborhood when you were sleeping, and sprayed water everywhere? Well, sure, because you can speculate about anything. But is that reasonable based on the evidence? Thunder, lightning, smell of rain? Absolutely not. That's not reasonable. So when you look at the evidence, now the evidence in this case came from that witness stand, and it's from all the exhibits up there. When you look at all of that, we've proven beyond a reasonable doubt that that defendant is guilty of manslaughter. To prove the crime of manslaughter, the state must prove the following 2 elements beyond a reasonable doubt. Number 1, Marquise McLaughlin is dead. No issue with that. Unfortunately, number 2, Michael Drejka intentionally committed an act that caused the death of Marquise McLaughlin. Okay? So, did he intentionally shoot him? Yes.
Yeah.
The way this case has been framed for you is whether or not this defendant was justified in shooting Marquise McLaughlin. But I'm going to frame it a little differently because based on the evidence, and really here's the million-dollar question. We've heard so much evidence, okay? But here's the million-dollar question you need to ask yourself. Was this defendant justified in shooting a man that came out to protect his family while he's retreating, while he was unarmed? That's the million-dollar question. It was the most perfect shot he could take. Hit him right here, traveled through his lung, through his heart, rested on the other side. The most perfect shot he could take. Didn't hit him in the toe, foot, knee, calf, thigh, stomach. The most perfect shot. Did he reasonably believe, as Marquise McLaughlin was backing up, and turning to go into the store.
Yikes.
And he was about
Yikes.
to die.
This lawyer is...
That's what that instruction says.
This
Did
guy's on it.
Reasonably believe he was going to die. As Michael McLaughlin backs away when that firearm comes out.
This lawyer is on it.
Did the defendant reasonably believe he was about to suffer great bodily harm? Was he about to be beaten to a pulp as Michael McLaughlin went backwards? Was he about to die? Was this defendant about to die or be beaten to a pulp when he took the first step back? Absolutely not. What about the second step back? Absolutely not. He's getting farther back. What about the third step back? Absolutely not. What about when he turns to go to the store? Absolutely not. And when you look at those still photographs, you'll see that Michael McLaughlin's foot is facing where he wants to go. And the only reason his eyes are on that defendant is because he's looking at the firearm that's about to kill him. His entire body is saying, I give up, I'm leaving. And pay attention to this, which I'm sure you already have. When the defendant's on the ground, you could see both Robert Castelli and Michael McLaughlin start to move before the gun comes out. They both simultaneously recognize that he's pulling the firearm.
This lawyer on. Oh! I don't have the emote in here, but that emote is so perfect for this.
And before that gun is
this lawyer is so cool.
Is retreating. Watch the video, you'll see it. And when the gun's out, he's in full retreat.
That's the
He can't
lawyer.
Go back any farther because that car's there.
That is this lawyer.
He takes his turn to go to the store. That's exactly what you see on the video. Michael McLaughlin is reacting perfectly to what happened. Now, can you argue that the defendant could have pulled out that firearm? Absolutely. We could even say that he was justified in pulling the gun. But that was it. There was no reason for him to shoot and kill Michael McLaughlin.
Nope.
It was over when that gun came out. So arguably, was he right in pulling the gun out? Sure, but could he have killed him? No.
Nope.
Because he wasn't about to die. He's holding a firearm. He's holding the weapon that ends the whole...
It's literally what I said, though. It's literally what I said, and Uncle Ian wants to talk about, well, he should have never pulled the gun out anyway. Bro, no, bro. No, bro. No.
Thing. How could he reasonably believe he was about to die? He didn't. That's why it's not justifiable use of deadly force. You know what Marquise McLaughlin's guilty of? He's guilty of loving and trying to protect his family. And he died because of it. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter. Thank you.
State of Florida versus Michael Drejka, case number 1809851CF. As to the charge of manslaughter, we, the jury, find as follows as to the defendant in this case. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter as charged.
Oh, GG, my boy, pack it up. Pack it up.
Michael Drejka's sentencing date is set for October 10th, 2019. The prosecution have asked for the maximum sentence of 30 years in prison.
GG, my boy. GG, my boy. No one told you to be a fucking trigger-happy fucking blaster, bro. No one. No one. Good. Yeah, you know what? You know what? It sucks to say. Good riddance. If the cops are being nice to you, you're most likely going to jail for a long time. Jesus. Oh my God, bruh. This guy built a better case against himself than any lawyer could. The most terrifying thing is that it took 19 minutes. 19 minutes for paramedics to get to the gunshot wound. Really? Here's the thing that's terrifying to me. The guy openly admits that he was not in fear for his life. He openly admits that he knew that the confrontation he started could get physical. But he's not worried because he's just going to turn around and kill anyone who lays a finger on him. The scary part isn't so much that he feels justified in doing this. Murderers feel justified all the time. What is truly freaky to me is that he clearly believed that the lawyer was going to be on his side. He truly believed that he had the legal right to end somebody's life because he had a scrape on the elbow and was worried he might get some more. That level of unthinking entitlement is astounding to me. Jeez, this comment is going off. And he keeps himself separated from reality of what he is risking and doing by using euphemisms. Neutralizing the threat sounds cooler than murdering a father in front of his child, I guess. Yo, this person gotta be a lawyer, dog. Has to be. It's not just the fact that he killed the guy attacking him. When you bring a gun into the equation, someone who has not your intended target could get hit. You can kill bystanders. There were children there that could have gotten injured or killed. Hey, thank you for the 100, my boy. Yeah. If you're going to start shit with strangers, you need to accept the fact that you might get your ass kicked. A gun is not supposed to be an all-access pass that allows you to provoke people when you're angry without suffering any consequences to yourself. A gun is not a tool for winning arguments. A gun is not a tool for manipulating others into doing what you want. What an absolute garbage human being. Why does this make me so much angrier than some of the other cases on here? Nothing but facts. Nothing but facts. Michael Drejka admittingly parked illegally, yet he has the nerve to give someone hell for parking illegally. I just love the irony of it. True, I was going to say he parked illegally himself. Yes, he did. Look. Because I pointed it out. Look at where he parked. Look at where he's parking. This is not a park. That's what I was saying. At the very beginning, I was like, wait. But he's parking. He's not even parking right himself. You guys are all like, let him wave his gun around. Who said let him wave his gun around? What? Who said let him wave his gun around? The switch up, bruh? Are you... Hey, yo, can I get a Papega in chat? Huh? Huh? What are you talking about? No one's saying to let him wave his gun around. Listen. He got shoved. He got pushed. Whatever you want to call it, he got hit first. He got touched first. Okay? He has a license for a gun. Guess what? He's claiming he can't fight. Okay? He's claiming that he was never a fighter. He has a gun. Boom. He can take the gun out. He has a license for it. Take the gun out. Defend yourself. But should he have shot? Hell no. Hell no. Of course not. The lawyer even says it. The lawyer that you called the W even says it, my boy. He says it himself. He's like, was he justified to pull a gun out? Sure. But was he justified to shoot and kill? Hell no. No one's saying to let him like take his gun out and just like start like waving it around 24/7, like use it as some sort of like scare tactic or I guess manipulation tactic. Hell no. Of course not. But if you feel like you are, well, not if you feel, bro. Yeah, he ain't shoot to harm, he shot to kill. Exactly. And then shooting period was wrong anyways. That's what I'm talking about. No one's switching up. For prior, contrary to popular belief, a terrified crowd is actually cowards. Very, yeah, true. Truers. Actually factuals. Actually factually. Did this happen in Florida? Yeah. Yeah. And of course it happened in Florida. Where else would it happen? Anyways, later YouTube. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Say it with me. Purse.